Hi guys, and welcome to Taylor Talk. This video is from Beanbag in a Curry, and this is one of Amberlynn. This is a compilation of Amberlynn Reid's embarrassing obese moments.
And I feel rather ashamed from swelling so much as of lately. I actually can't fit in the car.
Swelling so much as in gaining weight.
Right now I can't get the door to close, so I wasn't even able to go to my appointment yesterday.
Like, can you move over?
So she missed the appointment because she couldn't fit in the car. My 600-pound life.
I can't do it. You want me to try it again?
Oh my god, oh my god. She just slammed the...
Honey. I can't do it. I can't.
Try it again.
It's not working.
I rescheduled it. I didn't just do a no-show, I rescheduled it. So it is scheduled for another time, and I'm just gonna work towards
Can she ask for home visits?
unswelling my body. And I know I can do that because I was able to do that when just a few weeks ago when I was like really on track and doing really good.
This is in the 600-pound era. Her face looks really bad.
I was able to unswell myself by drinking more water.
Unswell? You mean lose weight?
And I was eating less sodium, so that's just kind of what I'm going to be aiming for.
She makes weight gain sound like an accident.
Trust me, like, I literally know the fact that I can swell so much that I can't comfortably or...
Swell? You mean gain weight so much?
Or probably legally fit in a car is pretty pathetic.
It's swelling from the stress.
Oh, from the car rides? You have lymphedema from the car rides?
Every time I sit in the car, I gain weight from sitting.
Enjoy.
Oh, Amber.
Yep.
Moments like this where I do feel bad for her because she is literally the outsider looking in.
Oh, they're getting up there. I still feel like the House of Terror at Disneyland. I mean, it's 1,000 times taller, and I did that, but I knew I'd fit on that. But this one's different. I don't think I'd fit on it, but holy crap. I'm literally, I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm humiliated.
And she's not even that big here. That's so sad.
I'm sad.
She looks still in the 300s here. This must be in the Crystal days.
I'm embarrassed. I was in line to go on a ride, and
Her face looks so different. You can see her eyes. There's a twinkle in her eyes. She's got piercings. You know, her face is a lot thinner. There's no like really deep brown bags under the eyes. Her skin is looking a lot better.
and I'm always nervous when I'm about to go on a ride because most of the time I don't fit, like you guys know, so I wanted to give it a chance. And you know those things that you have to like walk through for it to kind of scan you as a person, like those metal bars? Well, I didn't fit in it. I couldn't fit in it whatsoever. I couldn't even walk through it. And it was really embarrassing. There was no way for me to get past. So the lady's like, well, turn around and come through the exit. I mean, the whole thing was the most embarrassing thing in the world.
Well, at least she offered you like another route. Some people will just tell you to fuck off.
So I just left and I told them I'm just not going to go on it. I'm just so ashamed.
Why didn't she go through the exit like the woman told her to?
A 23-year-old girl who can't fit through like a human.
Amber, 23. 23-year-old baby Amber. You know, 9-10 years later, and at 530 something pounds.
Human thing. It's pretty
It's so sad.
pathetic. And what hurts the most is that I was supposed to go on it with Crystal and now I can't. So we're gonna start with the fact that when I got into the doctor's office, there was nowhere for me to sit because my ass is too big to fit in the chairs. So I had to walk from the car into the doctor's, which for me is already hard enough. And then every single one of the chairs had those arms on it, but they were definitely tiny, trust me. I mean, for the average person, I'm sure they're fine and dandy, but for someone like me, I wasn't able to sit down. So then I had to stand. I had to stand for about 15 minutes, and I'm not used to
That must have killed her. I wonder if she had to like lied on a desk or used Becky as a footrest or something.
that. I don't stand on the regular basis. I don't stand that long on the
Yeah, we know.
regular basis. The longest I stand is daily in the shower. I try to take the fastest showers you've
Well, Becky showers you, or Destiny, or did Destiny ever bathe her? I don't think she did. This must be the Becky era.
ever known in your life, because it is a struggle for me. These things are becoming a struggle, and are a struggle for me because that's just how it is now. So then when they finally called me back, you guys know when you go to hospitals or you go to like doctors, go down this hallway, go down that one, turn that way, go down this way, go down that hallway, and then that one. It's just like you're going down all these ways, and then finally when it's time to leave, you're like lost. But
Yeah, been there, done that.
I don't walk anymore. Like, I have a Fitbit, I don't use it. I have legs, I rarely use them.
You have legs, you don't use them.
I need to move more,
No way, no shit, Amber.
obviously, because this was so embarrassing. I was walking and walking and walking and walking to get to the room that I was going to be seeing the doctor in, and I was like breathing exactly like this. Like, it was so embarrassing because the nurse who called my name while I was in the waiting room was the one who saw me first, and I couldn't catch my breath, and it was just really embarrassing. So that was the first thing that happened, and I was trying to like crack jokes. I was like, oh, sorry, I have asthma, or is it the weight that I've gained? Like, I'm so awkward.
Well, they can see why you're out of breath and you're struggling. I mean, you don't have to lie about having asthma.
Oh my god, who jokes about stuff like that?
Now I understand the sensitivity training. Yeah, no fat jokes. Yang, you're off the case. I said no fat. Goodbye.
So Becky actually went to Georgia. She's home now, but she went to Georgia a couple days ago, and it was hard for me because I felt ashamed
Her makeup's really nice
because I couldn't go.
here, even though it looks like she's at her peak weight, but her makeup looks amazing.
It was a family thing, and of course I was invited. I couldn't go because of me. I was worried
Do you think she was invited, or do you think they were like, if Amber has to come along, she has to come along?
about my legs because it was kind of a long road trip, and my feet swell really bad when I'm sitting for too long. So I was nervous, and I know a lot of people are like, you do sit all day. I meant when I sit without my legs being elevated, my feet swell, my legs swell, and it hurts. And someone my size, that's just what happens. So I was very nervous for
So it sounds like cellulitis. I wonder how long she's been having bouts of cellulitis.
that, and I didn't want to
It
damage
could be just natural swelling as well, but obviously with cellulitis, the skin becomes red, swelling of the feet and the lower legs, pain, dryness, itchiness, things like that.
for anyone's time by being in pain. I don't like to be a burden or feel like people have to worry about me the whole time. So I told her,
That's a lie. I think she likes having people worry about her. She likes, but that's why she fakes all these medical emergencies of, you know, falling over and nearly dying with the seafood boil, nearly falling over and wifey not being there to help her. You know, how many of those are made up? You know, how many of those are just, you know, lies to make people forget about the things that she's said or done?
just go spend time with your family. As of lately, I have really processed in my head how big I am and how unhealthy I am, and I think that's what's causing me to become like a hermit. Like, I'm just terrified to go in public and ashamed to go in public because of how I look.
You know, you will never catch Amberlynn admitting this today. Let's rewind.
and how unhealthy I am, and I think that's what's causing me to become like a hermit. Like, I'm just terrified to go in public and ashamed to go in public because of how I look, and it's just, it's uncomfortable and it's sad, it's depressing, and I know people look at me with pity and people look at me like I'm disgusting and people make fun of me in public, and I get it now.
That's sad as shit. I mean, when was this? Because the Amberlynn today would never say what this Amberlynn has just said.
Like, I just can't walk for more than 10 minutes. Example, this was pathetic. Like, pathetic. You guys know how I use a scooter in the stores? So, we were at Target last night and my scooter died. My scooter literally died, and I was just like, okay, this is cool. And we were way in the Christmas area, so that's way in the back.
Can you get somebody to, are there portable chargers? Or does that have to be pushed back to like a charging port to get it charged up? Or do they have to, or can an assistant charge it up manually?
I'm like, okay, interesting. What am I gonna do? Becky had actually went to the bathroom, so I ended up texting her. Literally,
so slave Becky wasn't of assistance at the time.
I have the text message. Let me read it to you.
It's probably like, where the fuck are you? Get your fat ass, take that fanny pack off your fat ass and get over here. I'm stranded.
This is like,
you idiot.
Really so true. This is like so embarrassing. I could like die from this. I said, my cart died, can you bring me another?
Where's the please and thank you?
And she was just like, okay. And I was like, this sucks. I'm literally just stuck in an aisle with my scooter in your cart. Because she had a cart and I was using a scooter. And she's like, I'm trying, but the bathroom was farther than I thought it was. And I was like, someone just made an annoying sound, like they saw me, like they were shocked at how fat I am. Which is true. It was so embarrassing. I do get a lot more stares and more mean gestures now that I've gained, you know, weight.
Now that you've gained like over 200 pounds. But it's not just because, yeah, but it's not fun, and it's not right. It isn't, and she must feel like shit.
She replied with, ignore that fucker. And I was like, I did. And then I ended up getting out of the scooter. There was actually a worker near me who was putting up Christmas stuff, putting more Christmas stuff out on the shelves. And she was actually really, really nice. And she was like, you know, if that cart's dead or that scooter's dead, you can just, you know, leave it there. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but she can't get up off the scooter and support her body weight. So she's got to stay there until Becky gets another one. Does she realize how big Amber is?
So I ended up getting out of the scooter, taking back.
That wasn't helpful at all. You want a morbidly obese woman to stand up, get off the scooter, and wait for another one. What?
Becky's cart, and I was waiting for her, and I think it was up most about 5 or 6 minutes, and I couldn't breathe. My back was hurting. It was just kind of felt like I was waiting for her, and I think it was up most about 5 or 6 minutes, and I couldn't breathe. My back was hurting. It was just kind of felt like I stood up, you know, and I was holding, taking Becky's cart, and I was waiting for her, and I think it was up most about 5 or 6.
So,
and then
gotta go back.
I ended up getting out of the scooter. There was actually a worker near me who was putting up Christmas stuff, putting more Christmas stuff out on the shelves, and she was actually really, really nice. And she was like, you know, if that cart's dead or that scooter's dead, you can just, you know, leave it there. And I was like, oh, okay. So I ended up getting out of the scooter.
Yeah, that's terrible advice. Yeah, I know if your scooter's dead, get up, because you're taking up most of the aisle. Get up and wait somewhere else, basically. That's terrible advice.
Scooter, taking Becky's cart, and I was waiting for her, and I think it was up most about 5 or 6 minutes, and I couldn't breathe. My back was hurting. It was just kind of felt like I stood up, you know, and I was holding like all this weight on me, and it just kept getting harder and harder and harder to hold.
Well, that's what happens when you keep gaining and gaining and gaining. And Amber, you're only 5'2", and your 5'2" frame has to juggle 500 pounds. And you still have to function, you still have to breathe, but blood still has to be pumped around your body, you still have to move, your brain still has to function. Like, it's gonna be hard, sweetheart. Your body can only take so much.
That is just like the best way to describe it. And I was just like, please hurry, my back. So that's a situation that truly did happen, because a lot of people are like, you can walk in the store, you don't need a scooter. I do. I've gotten to the point where I need a scooter, and that's pathetic. I feel like lately I have been getting,
while stuffing her face with pasta, meat, cheese,
a lot of stares. I know the stares are because people are judging me and how I look, and sometimes I feel like I can understand that, because I feel like they're like, oh my god, how can this girl, you know, let herself get that big, which I honestly get it, but it's rude. And especially when I get laughed at, or I'm literally being fat shamed in public, it's just not okay. It's embarrassing. And sometimes it makes me not even want to go in public. Just imagine going in public and every day people...
But you've done the same thing to Becky in the past. You filmed Destiny changing, knowing that people on the internet were going to fat shame her and her body and make fun of her immediately. So you've done this to other people, Amber. It's terrible when it's done to you, but you've never hesitated shaming Becky.
People are like almost like mocking you, mimicking you, staring at you, and making you feel like a monster.
A 500-pound girl.
You mean 600-pound girl?
600 lbs actually is the truth. That's my weight gain goal.
Yeah, you rigged your scale. You're actually 600.
Okay guys, that's the end of the video. This was actually quite sad. It's so sad that she's continually taking away her own mobility, and throughout all the stages, Crystal, Destiny, Becky, we see here, it's so sad that she doesn't change, she only gets worse. This is quite a sad video, but it just shows you how stubborn Amber is, and that no matter what relationship she's in, she doesn't seem to change. And her caretakers, her girlfriends, just allow it. They become her enablers instead of, you know, instead of really encouraging her to exercise and encouraging her to diet, they become her enablers. Sorry about that, and the cycle never stops. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. This was from Beanbag in a Curry. They have 35.4k subscribers. If you like what you see, subscribe to them. Thanks for watching. Thank you for listening.